Hey, we here a little late, but we got here. I might as well not even say that anymore because we're just gonna do it anyway. We had so much to do to prepare, but we are live now, folks, here on the AIL. Let's go. I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back. Hello, welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Life with me, Tanya Dixon, here to give you your greatest in entertainment news. And of course, with the entertainment news, it's the world news and stuff too. So that's who spiked the tea. And then we're going to get into the living room tonight. A subject matter that I really hope that you'll pay attention to. We want to hit some serious notes tonight because we're looking at not just a nation, but a world doing something a little different right now. So it is subject for the living room tonight is your mind right for a recession? Are you physically and mentally prepared? So we hope to give you some tips. We hope to discuss it with you. Feel free to come into the comments or anything like that and just kind of chill with us and talk with us and roll with us tonight. So got a lot. We're going to try to stuff a lot of these little 2 hours because I'm trying to bring the show back to just 2 hours. I get on here with the folks on the team. We've been here for 3 or 4 hours, but we're trying to bring it all back down into 2 hours. So we got a lot to cover. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our little break here for the sponsors. We'll be back to kick it off in just a few moments. Art Imitates Life with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Tandiland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life. Okay. Yeah, I see myself live over there. Okay. That's really weird. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the ladies in. I did some other stuff tonight. I don't even know what was happening with the repeating of the commercial, but in case it wasn't live, I just try to stay in here with y'all. So ladies, come on in the house and we go from here. Y'all tell me what y'all saw. Did you see the commercials repeat? Or was it just on my side?
No, I think that was probably just on your side. Didn't see him repeat, but you
Yeah.
was frozen for a
That's what I
minute.
was thinking.
I was like,
So I was thinking all that was going on.
I,
So I
I
tell you what I'm going to do. I got to bring in the second cab because it always occurs that
hey,
some fool of wangery.
Twenty. I know it's two of y'all.
So there's two of us. It's always some foolishness that is going on, and that I have to attribute it that charter spectrum thing, y'all, because every week I have a lot going on with my internet, and it just ain't cool. So, but I think hold on a
Spectrum,
little
y'all
bit.
need to
What
step it up.
I'm
Y'all
gonna
ain't right.
do, I know. Oh, it's been
Hey,
Hey, Bridget.
I'm still trying to get stuff together over here on my end.
Uh, Bridget has Spectrum too. And she got
Oh, okay.
Spectrum too. So we had
Sorry, I saw her face when she said
we had
spectrum, spectrum,
internet
spectrum.
hell. Yes, it's internet
I
hell.
have
But
Google
what I'm
Google.
probably
I have Google. So I'm good. I'm good now.
really
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, it's been all right.
What I might do is like I have to y'all let me know. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
is my sound then?
Um,
Because I
Mm-hmm.
might go to the second sound. I had to do that sometimes. I go to the second sound because of what happens with my system. So uh, before we spike the tea, I'll go ahead with the second sound because I'm not going to trust what's going to happen with the mic again. There'll be a little trouble with that. But anyway, anyway, y'all, despite the tech issues going on, how was
Mm-hmm.
you all's week? How was things going and all of that. How you feeling?
I
I'm
guess I'll
definitely
start
glad to
it
be
off.
here.
I am feeling great.
Yeah.
No, my week has not been that bad, but I've been seeing just slight changes,
Uh-huh.
attitude and atmosphere and stuff like that within the kids I teach and stuff like that. And just, as far as for
Right.
me, I know I was telling myself that I wanted to be better about doing certain things and to step up certain things concerning um promoting, even that much more positive or encouragement in each individual child. Like I know I sent out like a little video through our chat saying, as far as,
Mhm.
having those kids be empowered by stuff they say to themselves, but also giving them those words to say to themselves,
Right.
because I often sometimes see kids saying, oh, they bad, or they this. I like, no, they're not bad.
Mhm.
Or I said, if anything, they're just not making good choices right now. They're not bad, but they're not making good choices right now. So
Mhm.
just giving them different ways to look at themselves or look at others in the
Right.
classroom. Um, Even shoot myself. That's what I'm saying. I know what areas that I need some work. So, being honest with myself about,
Mhm.
okay, what little areas
I
could use a
understand.
little. So, been thinking about that, just
Mhm.
stepping it up, and then, before you know it, it'll be a whole new year, a whole list of New Year's resolutions and all that good stuff. So,
I can't even believe that we are less than 2 weeks from Thanksgiving. Are you kidding me? Where
hmm
did the year go?
I ain't even got to talk
I'm
about
just
food
blown away
yet.
by that.
Yeah, I ain't even called
Huh?
my mom and like I haven't even called my mom and be like, "What we doing?" you know. And we
Right.
always
Right.
get that out the way. But I'm like, dang, where did the
Mhm.
time go? I ain't even thinking right. Like I ain't even what we doing. So
It's my second cam freezing. Maybe it's just freezing on this on the
mm-hmm.
spectrum. It's not. It wasn't freezing on the cell phone.
Mm-mm.
But the other one has frozen. Oh my gosh. I'm technical spectrum hell, but I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it rolling. All right, you. What about you, Ron? How was your week? I'm taking a moment while I'm organizing over. You all can go ahead and tell me what's popping while I'm trying
Oh, I think
to
your
get a
mic is off.
couple things technically together. You're still
I
muted.
think you're
Let
muted.
me go ahead and unmute her. Okay, let's see. Did it? It didn't go yet. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're unmuted now.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
All right.
I can hear you.
I miss y'all.
Missed
Hey,
you
It's been a week.
missed you
But
back.
I'm doing what little something. I'm working on something, and
Mhm.
when I finish, then I'll let y'all know what it is.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
other than that, I'm doing. I do take my hat off to you teachers. You and my cousin, y'all.
Mhm.
Ain't no way in the world. Right, ready. I'll be there.
She said, "Ain't no way in the world."
That was what I wanted for.
Mm-hmm.
Later around, I really did. I changed my mind.
You change.
You come a little closer. You are breaking down a little bit. You're breaking down a little bit, so come a little closer. Yeah, there you go. Now talk now.
I said, I wanted to, that was my profession to do early childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But my nieces and nephews and other people's children.
So you gotta have this. Gotta have a heart for it.
I know I had the heart.
I love teaching.
I had the heart for it, but then I think I had the heart for it, but then I missed.
Oh, not you. I wasn't meaning you, but I'm talking about anybody else that do that because these kids, they don't make them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to. There's something in the food that's changing them and making them go
special breed.
Right.
Yeah.
I messed around and went to a nursing home and got those older people, and then that's where my passion went to, the older.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, I still love the kids.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the older folks need it too. They need
I
somebody
love
to talk.
kids.
I do. I love the kids. I got 5,000 and some odd godchildren.
5,000.
Girl, everybody around here is my everybody around
I
here.
know. Yes.
Yeah.
She say, my godson, my goddaughter, my god stepdaughter, my god.
My godson, daughter, cousin over here, way younger
Block
than
out a little bit.
2 weeks. Known them for 2 weeks. Yeah.
And their friends say, "Oh, hey,
getting wrong. Did you mean to be muted?
Huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, come closer, cause. Yeah, I hear you.
How about now?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you just tell us what you said just now.
I just said, I don't forget what I said. Anyway, I'd rather be with the old folks than be with the young folks now. That's what I was saying. My godchildren's friends come and say, "Hey, you godmama, you auntie." I reckon so. Hey, baby, how y'all doing? Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I told my sisters if anything happened to me,
right.
if anything happened to me, to put on my headstone, "Old Mother Hubbard" or the old lady in the shoe.
Oh yeah.
That's my nickname.
I know that's right. But thanks for being here, y'all. What about you, Bridget? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm here. I was running, like, coming into the show. I'm like, Mama, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. I've been running all day. Like, my schedule is so crazy. Like, I barely get time to myself to do anything now. So it's like, I am literally glad to be here. Like, I'm like, I'm running, picking up kids, and I'm picking up kids and dropping kids off, and from morning until at least 9, 10, 11, I'm doing something. And from 3 to 7, 8 o'clock, I'm doing something. So I never have time now. Never. So
she's doing pickups and drop-offs. I know that's right. Yeah, your microphone is doing some stuff. Hey, Bridget, your microphone is fighting with you.
Okay. Let me try to.
It did something. It really did something just now. It really meant it too when it did it.
All day, like
all
week we've been on and off.
Okay.
The last Friday we were in storms. The Friday before then we were in storms, and the night we're in storms. Yeah. So every Friday we've been having a storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I totally understand. Wow.
So this is
okay. And I'm still on my microphone right this moment. So the moment that I start going out, let me know. I'm still on a regular mic right now. So y'all keep me posted if I have any dropouts.
Okay.
So say it again. I didn't hear, Bridget. I'm sorry.
I still hear a lot of clacking going on, so I'm not sure what that's about.
Okay. Yeah. At least we don't hear the typing. I should hush because it might start up as soon as I start saying something about it.
Yeah, then they'll start watching.
Yeah. Well, I see Mr. Mywright is there, but he's not all the way there yet. So, but until he comes in, I want to say to Michael, to Bridget, to my cousins Rosalind and Marvin and Charles and so many more, I would love to just say Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. We really, really, really.
Yeah, because everybody ain't cut out to
all
do
that
that.
you do.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I heard Michael.
Hey,
right. So did it?
What's good?
Okay, Mike. You're like you're struggling in the door, ain't you?
Oh, me?
You
man,
good?
Look, I caught myself.
Yeah, you good?
I caught myself trying to finish up that Hebrews and Negroes documentary, and I messed around and passed out on y'all ass, man. I had to get myself together. You know what I mean? But
let's talk about maybe you can give a little bit more insight. Like
your microphone
if you could give me a little bit more
whatever
insight,
the hell you said you didn't want it to do.
I just know the story.
No, that's all right.
We're here. Okay. How about now? Are we good?
Yeah, you sound a little bit more better.
I had to go to the room to the cell phone mic. So we good on the cell phone mic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that I wanted to see more about that whole documentary, but I didn't have an opportunity. But I'm going to talk about the Kyrie Irving thing and all that in a little bit in the Who Spiked the Tea. So I want to see if you can give me a little bit more insight when we get to that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. But other than that, man, I've been going to work and school, man. I'm tired. I spent 3 hours in the yard raking leaves, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's some leaves.
And I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm surrounded by damn Davy Crockett National Forest, man. That's a lot of damn leaves out there. I have 5 trash bags, 5 industrial sized trash bags full of leaves. But the hell with that. That was fun until I woke up and I can't feel nothing. My arms hurt, my legs hurt, the back of my thighs hurt, my feet hurt, everything hurt. And it
Wow.
just hurt. It just
Wow.
hurt. Just
Wow.
Hurts.
man, I'm telling you, man, I'm so sore. I ain't did no exercise since I retired, man.
And that was your exercise for today?
Lord have mercy. Man, for real.
Wait to the left, wait to the right.
Shit. But anyway, how y'all doing? What's going on, everybody? Hey.
I'm telling y'all, all of this weather, like it being rainy and damp and everything, it has aggravated an old ailment of mine, which is bursitis in my shoulders, and it's been hellacious. Because bursitis will make you feel like you pulled the arm out the socket.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you move a certain way, you'd be like, oh my God, just sit. You just gotta sit until you get it over with. But it's between the cold and the dampness that
So so you feel it coming before it hit.
Yeah.
Feel it in my hips. Oh no.
It is horrible. It's just in these joints right in my elbows, and it just hurts everything. So I don't like the dampness. I can take the cold better, but I was telling my mom this. The weather's been so up and down, so I don't turn on the heat until the night. But you know what tells me to turn on the heat is when my shoulders start to hurt. That's when it must be cold in here, because that's when it starts kicking up, and I go turn on the heat, and then I'm fine from there. But we have a rough moment.
Yeah. Like me, I don't really like the cold, but when it starts to come in slowly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I was telling folks like sweater and boots now. It's time to pull them out. But I just, like, it'd be funny because they were like, "Ooh, I don't want to go outside." So used to the heat, that Texas heat, I done got so used to it and how to adapt to it. Now it's cold. It's like it's something new. It's like,
I actually love cold weather. Fall weather is my favorite season, and it's just the only thing is that I don't know if I'm ready for it this year, because my clothes, I don't have the clothes that I want anymore, because I don't want to buy anything with, when you lose weight. So like my jeans, I can pull them on without unbuttoning them. And I just put a belt around it. And I just say, you need more clothes. You need more clothes. But I say, just hold on.
I'm cool, because now it's like big girl season. I just say it's big girl season.
You can bundle up. Yeah, you can bundle up.
Yeah, it's time to, to eat good and
We're going to talk about that Thanksgiving thing soon. Yeah, we're talking about Thanksgiving soon, because I want to know what's on the menu with y'all. So I know if I need to hop a railway, a plane, or boat, or a car to get to you. See what y'all fixing. What do you say, Rock?
Where was barbecue?
Girl, shut up. Shut up. I still ain't got my hush puppy.
Oh, Lord.
What my hush puppies? Doggone it. Don't get me started. I think Bridget's still trying to get back in. I'll wait for her because we're going to go spike some tea in just a second. But let me see if I can. I'll go ahead and push the button.
Hey, one of your whatchamacallit things is on. One of your volumes still on. I can hear some echo of you in the background.
Yeah.
You know what you're hearing? Probably. Let me move my earphones, because I can hear them too. Let's see. Is it better? Is it better now?
We see when you start running your mouth.
Well, you gotta say rid of that. Because I could hear it still on the headphones. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that might have been an echo to some. Yeah,
because I had it right over here where the phone was, and so But my other mic is muted and everything. So
since you said you had it right over here, so did you move it left over there?
I moved over there. I'm over there now. If y'all can see that. but that's
over there.
Yeah, I had it right underneath the phone at first.
Yes,
I don't know, like y'all sitting right here looking at what I'm doing.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what? Y'all ready to spike some tea?
Shit, hold on. Wait.
Okay.
All right, now the tea is spiked. Let's go.
What you got?
I have some white Merlot. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of
Well, I'm not cleared yet. I don't have clearance for the beverages.
Oh.
Yeah. So until I get clearance for beverages,
I'm drinking coffee.
So what you saying? You actually listening to the doctor?
I've been doing so well. Oh my God, I am. I'm listening. I'm doing stuff. I'm taking this natural product on my HB Heart and Body Naturals, the trilogy, and it has so much in it from turmeric to ashwagandha to beet juices. It's really working for me. Makes me feel good. So I'm really trying to come back, because I haven't been feeling. I have to say, I've only taken it for about a week now, and I must tell you, I have not been feeling like I want to drag the ground like I was, recently. I'm feeling a lot better.
Right.
Having the right stuff in your body can help. So, all right. Well, let's go on, run over and spot some tea real quick. I got a lot of little things I'm going to try to bring to you, but so let's go. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to Who's Blocked Today, and it's me, Tanya, and I've got my people here, and we're going to talk about it and see what they have to say. I'm mixing a lot of accents in there. It's going between. I know Bridget's like, you ain't mixing nothing. You just.
We don't have our crumpets yet, darling.
She just gave us a verbal trail mix of some accents. I don't know what the hell it was.
I know it was a mix in there of halfway English to an African island. It was a mixture. I'm better at island. I'm learning more about the English accent, cutting off the words and stuff like that. It's different. So, well, you know what? We're spiking some tea. Got a lot of little things that want to chat with. And y'all, I stepped on my glasses.
Ooh,
so
no.
Look at it. I got the little tape on it, so don't pick at me. I gotta get something.
You blind as hell right now, then, ain't you?
So I put them on, but you can see my Mrs. Beasley looking, tape on the glass. All I need is
really not from this point, but
okay, good. I look like a Buffy on Family Affair. I know y'all too young to know Family Affair, that show, but y'all never heard that, have you?
Not like that though, but yeah.
Exactly. That was my favorite show.
I know, right? Renita, my sister, we used to watch Courtship for Eddie's father, and Renita had a crush on Brandy Cruz. So Rosie told her that in the middle of the show that Brandon mentioned her name, and we used to believe everything that Rosie said. So we swore up and down that he said Rosie used to fool us there, and we'd be right with it. She used to fool us, boy. She had a good time with us. We were vulnerable. So,
Tanya, did you have a Beasley doll?
huh?
Did you and Benita have a Beasley doll?
I didn't have Beasley. I had Drowsy. I was obsessed with Drowsy. So much so that I would have them all the time, and my mom, they didn't want to get me another one. So they took my Drowsy and sewed another outfit on her. And I was like, Drowsy don't come in green with polka dots.
He's trying to fool you.
They was messing with you.
But her hair was
They
still
were messing with
sticking
you.
up. I'm like, new Drowsy doll don't have hair sticking up like this. And I figured it out. They try to redress my Drowsy doll, but it's all good. I still have her. I think I still have her too.
I don't remember having a Drowsy doll. I just remember Miss Beasley.
I was obsessed with Drowsy.
And I had just about all the Barbies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. Suntan Barbie, all the other Barbies. But I'm trying to get to this one story real quick, and it just so happens that it moves. So while I've been talking to y'all, I've been getting to it. Okay, here it is. All right, we're just talking about alcohol and all just now. Your girl Kendall Jenner was under fire. She was under fire. She had a lawsuit that was filed against her. You know, she has her Tequila Blanco, 818 Tequila Blanco. And she had pissed off the people in Austin, you know, the Tequila 512. You know, and they said, "Oh no, you ain't about to do that." And so they came at her for assault. So I mean, for a lawsuit. I mean, and so I guess what has happened, you know, the Kardashians, they can't afford no heat right now. They can't afford no heat right now. That's only them family right there. And so what they did is they settled. Out of court. They said, let's see what the details of this was, how if they have anything about how much or anything. Well, 512 claimed that 818 is a blatant ripoff. And to add insult to injury, the labels have similar color schemes and layouts. 512 was also pissed off that Kim's app, Kim Kardashian, Hollywood was promoting 818, but 512 claimed their bottle was actually featured in the prominent image of Kim Kardashian's clutching tequila. Well, now we've learned that the two area code companies have settled their beef, and you know they can both use their respective digits. Now, is this a shock to us? Didn't we have the other sister, Kylie? Didn't they go run and put that article out that she was this billionaire and stuff like that a couple of years ago? But because you can get away with it for a certain amount of time when you have to report. So they ran out there and put that information that she was some big billionaire, but that wasn't the case. That was what they did for their consumers so they can have more of these little girls interested in what she's doing and buying her product. So I'm not really surprised at these people that they did this, you know, the Jenner Kardashians, because that just seems to be the MO. And I can tell y'all behind the scenes what I feel on that situation about what their status is right this moment, but I don't really want to say it on the air because some people are not familiar with these world steps that are going on right now. But let's just say they's in trouble. But any comments that y'all got before we move on?
I just say, what's they need to do a comparison like with the taste test just to make sure they just completely didn't rip 512 off.
Right.
818.
Probably did.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Definitely have to take into consideration, see who designed their bottle and the labels and all that other stuff, and you know where have they traveled to that they might have got inspired by.
Right. Now they probably did. Now they're not too doggone original. Yeah, and I ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? Sister ain't hating because I'm for anybody with their enterprising, you know, whatever you're doing business wise. I'm more power to you, but I don't like when people
when it's too similar to something else. Like It might be just like one letter off or something. Like, look, y'all couldn't be creative on your own. Like, don't y'all pay people to do that? Like,
I know, right? Exactly. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure that we haven't heard the last of that whole situation, so we'll definitely see what happens. But go ahead.
You think enough one to be sued by whoever? They need to get someone to sit down. They really do.
Yeah, they're being forced into a seat right now, but that's the part where I'm not comfortable saying it over the air.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Look here.
Okay.
That's just like them. See, that's what's wrong with the people today. Ain't no originality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody want to jump on the bandwagon and want to take somebody else's stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got all that money and you can't make your own damn liquor.
Or your own label for the liquor.
You got money to pay for somebody to make you up something brand new. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But see, you want to try to use an area code because you feel like people are represent. You know what I'm saying? Won't you use your own stuff? Make
just
a new brand.
Their face on there and
you know what I mean? Make a new brand. But you can't because your name is tainted in society right now because you're up to something. You ain't got no business. So what you should have you should have probably just waited until the smoke clear, and then you could come out and everybody want your brand. You know what I'm saying? If you were smart, you probably team up with your opposition, and then you might sell a little bit more. Huh?
I don't know if they have the time.
Well, that's free game right now. That's free game.
Yeah. I don't know if they have the time right now that they can do that. I think that's why they push and rush so many things out there because I've told y'all about that list. All the names on that list. So I don't know what kind of time they're working with.
But like they say, ain't no honor amongst thieves, and they some thieves and some bitches. Yeah.
You crazy? You know what? I'm gonna try this picture. Y'all want to do a picture so I can work on it kind of early. If I get it, then I can start working. But look at my other one on the corner. I look like I'm wearing a spinning hat.
Oh Lord. We talking about a fan. Oh my goodness.
See, that's what's wrong with you. You left the alcohol alone, but then you start smoking that dope. You need to put that stuff down.
No, it's the ashwagandha. It's the ashwagandha in it. I like saying that word.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah. Well, y'all want to do this real quick? Let's see if we can get a photo.
From alcohol to drugs, boy, I'm telling you.
Stop.
Okay, y'all focus in for the picture.
Cut it out.
Okay, yeah, ready? I'm looking at y'all on my phones to see what kind of image we got. Okay, let's try it in 3, 2, 1, and hold your. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. That's the first time, huh?
You got the first try.
Michael, you frozen?
No, I'm just fucking with y'all.
And look, I was trying to hang right there with him.
Yes, you were.
Y'all crazy.
Tell me you like it. So
y'all crazy. Okay, well, let's go to this other story. Now, we've been talking about Kanye. Kanye is the one who kind of sparked the whole situation with where they were saying anti-Semitic, and that was the last time we were live a couple weeks ago. I was just saying that that's not something that I agree that he was doing. Sometimes when people start speaking different truths, then other folks want to shut you down. Everybody has their own truth. And then when it comes to, and I've spoken this before on the show, and anybody can do the research. I have said before, you have those who have claimed the heritage of being Jews, but by history, that's the Khazarians, and there's another group of groups that is considered Jews. And so it seems to be like a real big anger when someone says anything against all of that. And I think it's going to take some growing up to do, because in some history to be focused upon or acknowledged or given credit as far as who is that historical group. So that's why the whole Kanye thing, I think they just wanted something to be mad at him about. But it recently is another situation that he has dealt with. I'll just give you all the story. Adidas announced that it will sell Yeezy's designs without Yeezy branding. And, it should be good for Kanye. I guess they're saying money to him. But, and I got this article from TMZ, they saying that he is not getting a dime. Sources with direct knowledge of the deal with Ye signed with Adidas tell us there's a clause in the contract that calls for the rapper designer to get a reduced fee if Adidas sells his designs without his branding. Okay, so we know that Adidas cut ties with Kanye last month over anti-Semitic and bigoted statements. I'm going to do the air quotes. It said it would not pay him a single cent from that day forward. Of course, that was before Wednesday's announcement that it would roll out some of Ye's shoes in 2023 with just the Adidas name and markings instead of Yeezy. Now it's saying
if you cut ties with a motherfucker, you cut ties with him. You take everything. So that's what I'm saying. So they can do that. And apparently he's got, lawyers and everything else. So whatever they're doing, he going to get something because, his design, his whatever, his trademark. So they're going to owe him something. Now, publicly, they'll probably say that they ain't doing nothing. But if you're going to cut ties, cut all ties. You shouldn't want nothing to do with him. You see what I'm saying? But it just goes to support his claim. You so fucking money hungry that instead of just cutting ties with what you say is offensive, or a person who even put you in that put that in that mindset for you to even say what the fuck you saying, just cut ties all the way. Cut them all. You don't want nothing to do with him. Don't do nothing with him.
Give him behind the scenes, they are saying that he really not going to get anything. That's what they're saying behind the scenes. Where person TMZ had spoken to somebody from the company.
Right.
But they say there's a morals clause in the contract. Adidas could easily say that Ye's hate speech constituted a breach.
What hate speech though? See what I'm saying? That's where the fight's going to come in at. What's hate?
It's not hate speech. Sometimes people tell their own truth, and people should be able to tell their own truth.
Right. You can't sit there and say that something's hate. Nah.
But
you can't hate something when you just basically saying, hey man, to be honest, it's a lot of black people that live in the ghetto. Like that's the same thing he said. It's a lot of Jews that own or that's in control of the record company and the movie industry. That's true.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he's black and he said it. It's fucking hate speech. Come on, man. Like if you could just take a big spoon full of fuck you and just stuff it in their mouth, man. Like the people that think like that. And that's what I'm saying. And I fuck being careful. You gotta people that think like that. Anybody who thinks like that, no matter what fucking color your background you come from, if you can say what you want to say, but then get mad when somebody else say what they want to say, you a closed-minded individual and you don't need to be on this earth.
Exactly. But you got to understand, and it's something that I said the last time we talked about this on the show. This is the same group of people who came in the United States with their private organization called the Illuminati. They actually formed an NAACP. They formed the NAACP. It was not started by some black people. It was started by them. And it wasn't even a black leader until a few years later after the inception of the NAACP. So in other words, we can give you your narrative, we can give you your organization, but you can't speak for yourself.
Yeah,
and then they turn around and do the same thing.
There's a reason. There's a reason for that. Historically documented. There's a reason for that. Historically documented is a reason for that. So Anyway, I'll leave that alone for right now. Now.
Right. Oh, we can really go to the
Really
next
dressing.
story about Kyrie Irving. So
Yeah,
I want you to be ready. We're going in that door, because
I think
relevant.
I think that with Kanye too, they not trying to drop that because his shoes are really pulling in some money.
Right.
Well, I mean, they done already messed up because you done offended the black culture. So whatever you sell, you better get it from people that ain't of color, because they finna cancel your ass. The sales of what you once had, you will have no more.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna,
because they're disrespecting the power of that black dollar.
Exactly. Black spending in America is like is high, or high, however you want to look at it. 200 in something countries, the black spending power is richer than 200 in some countries.
Mm-hmm. And that's like shooting yourself in the foot.
And we can't get America to try to do a united Black Wall Street or some shit.
You know what? It would be interesting. Let's just say, remember we've spoken before about this. The towns that are underwater. Remember, those were affluent black towns that these lakes, that some of these lakes are covering, because that was something that they didn't want to see. I wonder what it would be like in this present time if someone decided to do the same thing again. Yeah, I'm not promoting it, but I'm just wondering.
I'm promoting it. I'm promoting it. You don't want us here. You don't want whatever. You don't want us saying what we want to say. Cool. Give us back our ball players. Give us back our music. Give us back our culture. Give us back our style. Give us back anything that we contributed to. Give it to us. Go back to segregation. Let us separate and segregate. See where you end up. See how long you last. See what you can do. See what you can really get away with. But no.
We were major contributors.
Major contributors. Like if you don't want it, then what's the fight for? Right.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into this whole thing with.
I'm on one today.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I know you about to go off now.
A little bit, lighten that fire a little bit.
Yeah, I know you about to go off, because let's go ahead and talk about Kyrie Irving and the whole fallout with him. Phil Knight says that Kyrie stepped over the line. Okay, stepped over the line. Okay, let's go. Okay, Kyrie Irving's relationship with Nike is likely over, says Phil Knight, co-founder and chairman of the manufacturing conglomerate. In an interview with CNBC, the billionaire commented on Irving's future with the swoosh, saying, "I would doubt that we go back, but I don't know for sure. Kyrie stepped over the line. It's kind of that simple. He made some statements that we just can't abide by, and that's why we ended the relationship. And I'm fine with that." Now, as reported on Friday, the shoe giant announced that it was suspending its relationship with the Nets superstar point guard after he refused to apologize for tweeting a link to a controversial film containing anti-Semitic messaging. At Nike, we believe there is no place for hate speech. Do I have? Yeah. I'm hearing a repeat.
Yeah.
It's not my mic. It's not my microphones.
Okay. Is it mine? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I hear you. Okay, so let me go back to this article. Yeah, it's coming from back to me from somewhere. Okay, I don't. It's not Margo. Mike.
It ain't me.
It ain't you. Because I'm only using one mic. Back off a little bit. Yeah, because my other earphones are to the side.
What about Bridget?
Bridget's muted. Yeah, she's muted. So can y'all, is it really bad? Yeah, certain times when I talk, I can hear it a little bit too much. Let's see. Y'all want me to go back to my ready news real quick? Okay, I'll go back to that for a moment. Let's see, see if we can make it better. Okay, to cut this one off. That better? Turn it down. Okay. Is that better? Can y'all hear me? You can hear me?
No, we can hear you. We heard you like 3 times.
Let's take this.
Yeah. So let me tell you.
What's that?
The guy that's saying that he's not supporting Kyrie. You know his background.
Let me.
You know his. No, I'm telling you because I know.
Oh.
You know what he is. You know what he is, right?
Of course.
Yes, he's part of that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course, yeah. That's what the offense is. Michael, tell us about, because I was just saying just now before the phone started tripping, that they were suspended the relationship because of the controversial film. And tell us about that, because I haven't had a chance to look at it myself, but give us a little snapshot.
Okay, so number one, to be anti-Semitic means to be anti-black. Sim, shim, same thing. That's the, that came up, that whole anti-Semitic. To be Semitic means you are, one of the true folks from the biblical context of, one of Abraham's sons and all of that good stuff. So to be anti-Semitic means to be anti-black, but they always change the narrative and you flip it. So when you start speaking of anti-Semitic, or they pretty much flipped it, and you had certain people without necessarily pigmented skin to consider themselves to be the true people of Israel, or whatever the case may be.
The chosen ones.
So now when you say anti-Shem, it's like now you've just put yourself in the bloodline as a descendant of Shem, and then you're saying that anybody that speaks against this type of group is being anti-Semitic, right? So you can't be that, because nowhere in the film is where they're speaking hate speech. They're just saying what happened historically. Whether it's, depending on your research and where it's from, and if you want to validate whether the research is legitimate or not. I mean, DNA don't lie, Dana don't lie. You know what I mean? But if you want to say, well, where'd you get your sources? They quote their sources, they reference and use professional references and stuff like that. So, I think if it wasn't true, or if it wasn't validated in their source, I think, you can get some kind of backlash from that. So basically they go down the historical context. They're using the Bible as a reference, since that is, everybody's, big on religion. Then they got their DNA folks. They got the archaeologists. They got the scientists. You know what I'm saying? They got their ducks in a row. And it's a 3.5 hour documentary. You know what I'm saying? But nowhere in there did they say these motherfuckers, or like these, this and these, that. It's not that. It's basically saying you were lied to. Right. Or better yet, you were not given the whole truth. Let's just say that. You see what I'm saying? And it's basically saying, if this, then that. That is the basis of the whole documentary. Let's take what we're being told and put it up against these facts of, right? These facts from many people in the same field, or who, do the same thing. And what they end up doing is refuting or, debunking, claims or potential claims. Now, and they'll tell you deductive reasoning and critical thinking, and they say it, utilizing critical thinking, we can come to the conclusion of A, B, C, D, and E. So as far as hate speech, non-existent. Not one. Not in a whole 209 minutes. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's one aspect of it. And then when you start looking at, well, damn, wow, well, what's the problem with that? Because once you build on a lie, once you start lying, you got to keep on lying and keep on lying and keep on lying and keep on
There's
lying.
been a whole history built of that. There's been a world image built around lie, and so they wanted to give us our place in society. And so when you start speaking for yourself and your own history and your own findings, they don't like that, because they said, no, we gave you this place in society. You're only supposed to speak here. We gave you your little organizations. You only stay there, and you still worship us. Because I can tell you the different ways that they want you to worship. That's why when it comes to these political parties, I don't mess with it, because that is one of the classic ways that they do that.
So what the film does is it raises enough speculation to send you on a journey.
Right.
And to have all of melanated people go on a journy and then start saying
it's dangerous for them.
And everybody gonna be doing this. Oh, these mother. And so now that might not necessarily spark rage, but it'll be like, y'all gonna have to answer for this one.
Right.
Explain this. You know, Ali, Mumbai, like you're gonna have a whole bunch of that. Like, so all it is like, remember, we didn't want y'all to read. We gave you Nat Turner, who gave you specifics of the Bible that we only wanted you to. But now y'all doing a little bit too much. Y'all need to sit y'all ass down somewhere. Let's nip that in the bud.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people doing it. And you know, I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna share the mic. I mean, but
that has happened in our heritage a number of times. If you know, I was just reading the story very recently. The whole people talk about Uncle Tom, because that is a complete misunderstanding of the person Josiah Henson and the greatness that he was, and how, you know, him helping his people and the band pastor. And actually, when he moved to Canada, he escaped to Canada. He actually was the last stop on the Underground Railroad, and a number of slaves that he helped to escape and everything. And what really sparked a change, no, not a change, I'm not gonna say a change. What really sparked the controversy is when Harriet Belcher Stowe, was that her name, that did the whole book about the slavery. She was talking about slavery and explaining that slavery, and it was like a page turner for everybody. Everybody was really interested in what she had to say. And so when she brought all of this information, and it was centered around her conversation with Josiah Henson, what happened is she put out 2, and then after she did that, there was Caucasian people who said, well, they're ignoring the benefits of slavery and then the relationship between the slave owner and the slave and all this other stuff. So as a retaliation, they went and started forming these minstrel shows. And that's where you get all that blackface and everything from, and where they have taught our people, and our people have been the damn parrots to repeat this stuff, talking about Uncle Tom. That is all a big farce that was handed down through evil, because that was a greatness of Josiah Henson and everything that he did, and how it was publicized. His whole image was publicized in such a favorable way through Harriet Belcher Stowe. And so then they hated that so much that they created a negative character called Uncle Sam and all that, and fed it to our people, and our people walk around saying that dumb shit.
Yeah, you got to kill the narrative, because you don't want to spark the mind of somebody else repeating it.
And as a matter of fact, I knew there was something there, but I had this talk with my friend Joe, because Josiah Henson is his great grandfather. So then I started doing more research, and I just said, I start, looking at more and more stuff, that our greatness has been tarnished in a lot of ways, even by that particular group that we talked about just now, coming to our community and creating this black boule, We can't even get into the whole thing about the boule because that is a total farce of our own heritage, where those people were siding with that private secret society who has been kept us in captivity. That's the best way to say it. Kept us in captivity, and we got our own people who are at the top of the black echelon who are in bed with those people.
So
That's why LeBron. Let me say that. That's why LeBron James jumped his ass out this week talking about Kyrie Irving when he needed to sit his ass down.
Right. So when you look at when we ask that question, man, with all these black millionaires, we can't start no movement.
Right.
Well,
you can't because they came in under the rule.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. So when we ask that question,
yeah,
man, we got all these black billionaires, millionaires, or whatever, all these people with money, and ain't nobody decide to start a united black, United States Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One with interstate and intercontinental, well, not intra continental type of dealings and workings. A system within. And I've heard, you've seen it on videos, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, when they say every foreign ethnicity that comes into America have their own system, except for us.
Right.
But then we got all of these folks with money, and you say, man, it's a cold game out there. It's a cold world. They do us so wrong. Well, you speak on us when it's beneficial for you, but you got the money and you got the means to make change, and you do nothing. No one's asking you to fund or give them a handout. But
there's something that we got to stop doing. We've got to stop following we're like elephants in captivity. They take the chains off the baby elephant's legs and they stay right where they are because we're like elephants in captivity. Like we talked about it once before, even on the political side, we were the launchers of the Republican Party, and the KKK came and physically beat our black senators and people, made them go to the Democratic Party. And to this day, we are the only race of people. We're the only race of people in this United States that if you vote outside of the Democratic Party, they act like you have betrayed the race. That is the most stupid things I've ever heard. That has made us still in slavery. I don't care what you want to vote for, who you want to vote for. I don't care if you want to do an independent ticket, a libertarian ticket, Republican. You should have the right to do whatever you want. But the slave ship, you can't get down off that slave ship. You try to get your ass down off that slave ship, which is the Democratic Party, and they're ready to fight you.
That's that's happening in Wilmington, Delaware. I mean, not Delaware, Wilmington, North Carolina. Is what you're talking about.
Right.
With them, the black folks had a high number in the Republican Party, and they were opposing those that was trying to run for seats because they got beat. And so they started a whole campaign. That's where the whole black people are savages, they rapists, and all of that kind of stemmed from, because they had to try to criticize their name, and they went at them people in the newspaper, and so they kind of start, threatening them and doing all that stupid stuff, and so the white folks got in the Republican seats, and so then and then that's when it switched pretty much. But
we have to stop doing that. A lot of this we're doing to ourselves. And we salute these heroes that we have that are not for us. They sold out. They sold out to the other group who gave them money. We're talking about, the ones that are hollering about anti-Semitic, they sold out to that group. And so there is not a support of the community like you think there is. They only speak up at selective times. Just like Ice Cube spoke his ass up this week, basically kind of shunning Ye again. Yeah, because Ice Cube's still getting that other dollar. He may talk and act like he is getting, just black. No, he's not. He's still getting that other dollar. So he has to still show his allegiance, just like LeBron James showing his allegiance. That's crazy to me. Just keep your mouth closed. If you're still going to have that attitude and you can't step out of the slave chains, keep your mouth shut. How about that? Just keep your damn mouth shut. So.
Man, you got, puppet masters and puppeteers, and all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. It's like, I look at it like this here, through every major battle, through every major thing, you know, and it's hard for me to, you know, this is what raises questions. Don't shake my spirit or my faith, but it raises questions.
Mm-hmm.
Every major event in history, there's a religious tie or religious connection to it. And if religion is supposed to teach society how to live in peace and harmony, and honor your mother, your father, and honor your neighbor, and be, you know, equality and fairness, why is so much death and destruction associated with religion? And when, no matter what religion you look at, I'm talking about from myth, legends, fairy tales, Aesop fables, whatever, the story is the same. There was a creator. There were a man and a female that was put on this earth, that was in some blissful place, and they disobeyed the creator of whomever, you know, whatever you believe in, and then they were outcasts. They were immortal, and then they became mortal because they disobeyed their creator, and then they had kids and populated the world, and then these people come from these people. The story's the same. The beliefs and thoughts about who sits where and who's connected to who may change slightly, differ. The languages are the same. When you look at the historical languages and their association with the modern day language, the connection is there that goes back to BC and AD and all of that other stuff. So when you say, well, where do these people come from? And did you know that circumcision was a thing? Not that it isn't a thing, but it was a thing that was pretty much, you know, connected to a certain group of people, Hebrews, Israelites, in order for them to mate and swap daughters and all of that, and you know, and whatever, it was like, hey, until you show us your true intentions, the one thing that we can think of is you adopt this circumcision thing, and then we can swap children and do all of this thing. So a lot of the people adopted the whole circumcision thing, which gave that formidable trust between the two, which allowed them to say, okay, now we can share, you know, cultures or whatever the case may be. So if you follow circumcision, that'll pretty much trace you back to the Hebrew Israelites.
You know something, thank you for that, because you actually triggered something else in my thoughts.
Yeah,
and this, I know people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but you know, we had the candidates here for Senate in the state of Georgia. We had the Reverend Warnock, and we had Herschel Walker running for Senate, right? So it's going to be a runoff, but there's some theft in that too. We're going to talk about that over the next week, because a lot of stuff's going to come out on that. But here we are in this situation where we got to talk about this for just a second. I've brought up things about abortion here on this platform, and I've spoken to you all about what the real reason behind the scenes is. There is both of the political parties are corrupt. Okay, we'll just say that. But there's one that's more corrupt than the other. There's one that's the direct demons, and that's the ones that I call the demon rats. And so with that involved, those particular people who want to encompass the Black community, that we belong to them, and saying that now this whole abortion thing, they want to promote it, that abortions are okay. But if you go to blackdignity.org, you'll see how many people we as a Black race have lost from abortions. Is a combination. If you took all the illnesses that we have had and added them together, we have had more abortions than the people that we have died from those illnesses. We have had to deal with 80% of Planned Parenthoods in Black neighborhoods, Black and minority neighborhoods. This has been a mission for many years to encompass us into that whole joke. But I'm hearing some people say, how is this Reverend Warnock going to promote that whole thing, or what's going on with that? How is he on both sides of the fence? And some people are a little upset about that. How are you going to be this reverend of this church and promoting life, and at the same time, you are supporting this whole thing with abortion. What do you all feel about that?
People gonna follow the money, man.
Yeah, we
People
know
gonna follow
that.
the money. And when you take the statistics and they tell you by the year 2050, the majority will become the minority. Shit, you got to start doing shit in advance. You know what I'm saying? In the art of war, you got to take out your competition. So everything is put in place. You institute your law enforcement, you institute your criminal justice system, you institute your pharmaceuticals, you institute your doctors, you institute everything that you do is to try to eradicate. You institute your music industry, the media. You know what I'm saying? You employ these things because it is tactical. And, I mean, I got the book right here, The Art of War, by, what I'm saying, by the famous author, you know what I mean? And so, it's all strategy. I mean, think about it. They created the Willie Lynch letter. You know what I'm saying? To tell you how to control somebody for the next 200-300 years. For what? Oh, okay, hold on. Because you lied about this and you don't want that to be undone. It's not crazy that these people, when they say, history, which when you break it down is his story. I mean, we've all heard that. And it is his story. To the victor goes the spoils. You can hear about all the achievements of what somebody did once after they won a war. But see, the person that's telling the story is only telling about them winning the war. They don't tell about the many battles they lost along the way. They're not going to tell you their failures. You failed in this part. A black man created something, but then you'll say, well, I gave him the paper to write the idea down, so that belongs to you.
Right. Exactly.
So to get back on point, man, I'm telling you, because y'all.
I know. Well, you know what? I would do this because I got two quick things so we can get out here and we get out and go to the recession. The living room. I was going to say this real quick. This story I'm not going to get into. It was this whole thing with Drake and 21 Savage. Them doing this whole album together and how they actually they did an album cover, a fake magazine cover for Vogue, not album cover, a fake magazine cover for Vogue. Well, they got that. She took it off Anna Wintour. She got that taken down and everything, and slapped them with a lawsuit and everything because they created this fake Vogue cover. But I mean, whatever they doing, that is the issue with her. But what I didn't like is this slamming that they trying to have going on with Megan Thee Stallion kind of claiming that she wasn't right in her claims that Troy Lanez, he shot her. And I just feel like, I mean, this is my personal view, that they should just stay out of it. But what do y'all think? I'll give some details on it when I find it here. What do y'all think about that situation?
I don't know. I haven't been following Drake that much lately, or 21 Savage. A lot of their music ain't been hitting or connecting with me, so maybe somebody else can comment a little bit more.
Well, actually, this is the whole thing. I'll give it to you. I was trying to find this particular article that was written because the guy, and you may know his name. Let me just find it here real quick. He was saying that how we as a community have failed Megan Thee Stallion because he felt like people kind of turned their heads to her issue that she was having with Troy, and people didn't want to believe her and this, that, and the third. So I can understand and just the whole thing about what happens in hip hop, and what I didn't like is how they were in the song calling her bitch and all that. And I just thought it was out of pocket and out of place.
Whoa! Hold on. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sit here and say I'm a bad bitch. And when somebody else called me a bitch, I get mad. I'm a mad bitch.
No,
No.
it's a different context. I get what you're saying, but it's a different context.
Well,
And
I mean, you know,
I can't let that fly.
you ain't gotta let it fly because I stand on it. There's
I
no
mean,
way
you
you
can
can call
stand.
yourself I'm gonna stand on it because if you put it like this here, the same way we do nigga, we say nigga, we say nigga, we say nigga, right? Somebody else say nigger, and then we say, oh, he added the er. I mean, if you look at the definition of the word, it is what it is. And so we sit here and make exceptions for us and then condemn somebody else for using it because we know that there's hate associated with it. Now,
There was more than the bitch thing. That's why I got to find it so I can read it to
okay,
you.
but watch
Yeah.
this. Watch how I spin it. Because a female will sit there and say, oh, bitch, you know, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. Ho, I'm the best dick sucker in the world. I'm a bad bitch. And then when a dude get on there and say, man, my bitch bad, as long as he say my bitch bad, she'll accept it. But when he say bitch, now it means something different. Bitch is a bitch. It's a female dog.
I gotta get to this story because I think
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's the point, but it's not. It's more than that. Here it is. Thank the Lord.
Yeah,
Because Michael was going down this, Michael going down that hallway, down the hill, down in the well.
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
was like, let me get him for Timmy's in the well, y'all. Can you get him?
You know,
Like Lassie. I was like Lassie over here. Timmy's in the well. Hold on. Okay. Y'all might be familiar with him. This guy, he's done stuff on BT and all kinds of places. Mark Lamont Hill. He said he is standing with Megan Thee Stallion against Drake's bars. You know that in others in hip hop also. That he's getting flack online. Mark is because he's standing with her, and along with Maxine Waters and Me Too founder Tarana Burke and Planned. Okay, you lost me on this one. Planned Parenthood CEO Alexis McKeel Johnson. See, they go too far. It's because of the lack of education of our people. This is why I'm saying right here, our people are lack of education because we should not be standing with Planned Parenthood on anything, as many of the Black babies that they've killed, but our people don't have that education. And once again, we are always screwing over ourselves. But here's what the letter said. There was a letter that Mark did saying that he's denouncing violence against women in general, but also strongly proclaims that the culture failed Megan after she was shot in the foot, allegedly by Tory Lanez. Okay. He says, Dear Megan, you are larger than life in many ways. Your name is in lights, your face on billboards, your songs in history books. And this is still just the beginning of your story. In a very short amount of time, you've achieved success, probably beyond your wildest dreams. And it seems that each day brings a new announcement about something amazing you've done or preparing to do. Women all over the world consider you an inspiration, in part because you make them feel good about themselves. You're a special kind of talent and a special kind of person, and the place you hold in fans' hearts is a testament to that. As you've risen to the top, you've also had to endure a lot of obstacles along the way. In face of triumph and tragedy alike, you always keep your head held high, maintain your poise, and push forward. However, while so many of us celebrate you for your strength and perseverance, it must be said that you have been treated in ways that no young woman, no person at all should be treated. It must be said that our culture has failed you. One of its most brightly shining daughters. In July of 2020, you experienced a violation of the highest order at the hands of someone whom you considered a friend. Since then, you've had to endure public harassment and taunting, not only from that person, but from others choosing to stand with him. Bloggers have circulated rumors and excitedly reported on the most traumatic experience of their life. So it goes on and on. It kind of cuts off from there. But they're talking about these lyrics in the song. It's not the bitch thing. It's what Drake and Savage said. They said, this bitch lie about getting shot, but she's still a stallion. And then they said then.
So hold on, because Lil Yachty or whomever, somebody came out and said, no, it wasn't about that incident. It was about BBL. It was about something else. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, shots You get shots to get injections to get your butt lifted or your boobies or this, that.
I get what you're saying, but they know it's also the fact that she claimed and she's keep having to say over and over that it was true. And I got one more quote.
Yeah,
it says, "Shorty say she graduated, she ain't learned enough. Play your album track 1K. I heard enough." So the thing is this: you ain't gotta believe my story, but you don't have to go and take your personal thoughts to the music here and put it in a song that is in our minds, that is there forever. Just keep your thoughts to the side. And so I understand what Mark is saying about we have failed her, but go ahead.
Let's address this fact. Eminem did it. 50 Cent did it.
They always
did
each
it.
Other in
Everybody did it in the game. What makes it different? I'm not shitting on the sister because whatever her success is, it is. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle.
We know that hip hop is misogynistic. Right. You know, that's just one thing.
So we're gonna turn it into a man-woman.
We know that hip hop has that. I had that problem in my own because I promoted hip hop.
Trina went through it. Whatever.
But do you know how much? Do you know how much of a slap in the face it is when you have to promote a record in which, they would show me respect when I walk into the room. But do you know how hard it is to promote a record of an artist that is dogging a woman out and bitch this and bitch that and all that kind of stuff? It's very misogynistic. And I found a place in here where I had to, if I wanted to stay in that industry, I had to make peace with it, that I wasn't that type of a person. I had to make a certain kind of peace with it. But that was something that they made a decision on. Remember the prison system that they brought to the hip hop. They made a decision that we, as our own artists, talked about killing other rappers and killing other people and all the heavy sex and the misogynist behavior. They did that on purpose as to promote our people going into the prison system. That was a design.
I got you. So
I'm trying to figure out too, if we talking about female rap artists and stuff like that, I can understand she's gone through a lot, but too, the type of music and the type of image and the type of stuff that you're putting out there, you kind of set up some of it. It doesn't mean that you should just receive it and be okay with it, because nobody should be, trying to jump down your throat with the work and stuff the stuff that you're trying to do. But I don't know how, even with that letter, the person saying you're a shining star and all that stuff. Yes, but I'm trying to see what's coming off as far as the inspiration for these younger females and these women that's going out and rolling with her music.
Well, I'm gonna tell you honestly, Margo, I've had a problem with the way that ever since the days of you had your
out there the messages, the strong sexual.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They changed it when they came about with the prison system. They took away all your Queen Latifah, Moni Love, MP Lights.
They took all that. They didn't have to do all that.
Right. They moved all that to the side. All they wanted from there on was sex. That's all they wanted.
And
so that's in order to go mainstream.
Those females rappers mentioned that, but they didn't go all into everything that's been thrown out there now, because
well, the people in charge,
that's what's hot. That's what's out there.
The people in charge of the music industry shape and promote certain things. They're not giving you no record deals or no big money deals unless you're doing what they want you to do.
Right.
Now, watch this. There's a lot of independent people out there. So you can always choose to go independent. You pick what you want. So when you say that they made the deal with the whomever, that's typically what people are doing for fame. So when you sell your soul, as you would say, Tanya, when you sell your soul, you reap the repercussions and consequences that come with selling your soul in betwixt and in between on that damn crossroad. So
because think about all the ones who sold their body, men and women. The guys even admit that they took it.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, so nobody's bashing the Queen now, but when people go in and they do these diss tracks and these diss albums and this, that, and the other, and then they agree to make the songs about being whatever, are they playing into the hype and what sells? Yes, because that's what's going to make them $1. But they can easily choose not to. Male rappers too, and I'm saying that male rappers, is it skewed or tainted, to the right or to the left, whether it's favorable to males versus females? Yes, you see the prominent dominance in that.
Right.
However, when somebody come out and say something to you, like old buddy said, you maintained your poise and you stood your ground, you kept your argument, and you pushed forward. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know how hot Drake is doing or not, but I ain't heard shit from Drake in a long time. But then now he come out doing the same shit that 50 did, that Eminem did, that The Game did. You come out starting controversy, stirring up emotions and shit, trying to get people to tune in and listen. And so now your numbers is up, your online records, spins and plays. It's the whole business of the music. So as an artist, number one, you should understand that. Number two, when you respond, you're confirming some shit versus when you just stay quiet and don't say nothing but it could help her album sales when she come back and do a diss album against Drake and 21 Savage. So
yeah, I get that part. I guess is what I'm saying is that I understand they do this stuff to sell records. Only thing I was saying in that particular special incident that happened between her and Tory, I guess just stay out of it. Let them in the courts handle it.
Right, because it is a legal thing going on back between them. Mm-hmm. And she's always said, wait till y'all, she's always said, wait. So she knows something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was in that car, but I did want to say this. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of what we get from when you start telling us about the things that we don't know in the background of the music industry. Mm-hmm. It's a lot we don't know. We still trying to figure out if Nipsey Hussle was a murder or a setup, if Pac and Biggie was a murder or a setup. So was her getting, I don't want to start nothing, but was that part of a sacrifice or was that part of an initiation? And did something have to happen? If this, then that. And I'm only raising that as a question because I'm not in the music industry. I don't know what the hell go on. They may have been drunk and some shit popped off, right? And she may be valid. She may be okay. I can't wait.
And you know something? You raised the point to me just now. You just raised the point, and I'm gonna say it, and then I'm gonna dart out of the room. It could have been what if? Let me drop a what if, and then I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna run because I'm going to the next thing. We're getting out of the tea. What if she was? It was an intended sacrifice. Oh, what if that? Let that have some hang time. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's do this real quick and we're going to get out. You all know that I have been, I put it in the chat about Kevin Hawkins is doing so well on The Voice. And I'm really proud that he's there. So here you all look, he's coming up on Monday. Just want to see if you all could just go ahead and support him, watch, send in for voting for him or whatever. He's doing a wonderful job. He was my first live guest on when I did the podcast, when we started our Imitates Life last year, and I started doing the live on StreamYard. And so I had Kevin Hawkins on. And so, he is such a wonderful talent. I cannot get it out of my head when he was singing Maxwell last week, This Woman's World. He killed it. And I believe that he's going to do wonderful, wonderful things. So folks out there, if you have a chance, support him, watch, vote for him, support him, watch, vote for him. He's family to us here at AIL. All right. He
got a little range on him. Yeah,
he's serious.
He got a little range on him.
He's serious with it too.
What is that one song? How Can I Love or whatever? I think that was one of the ones I heard or something like that. Yeah, he got a little range.
I'm so proud of him that he's in there. I was talking to his manager today. He's really a great talent. So we wish him all the best and much love, much love, much love. All right, let's go to break. We're coming back with the living room. Let's go. Welcome back. Welcome back to our Imitates Live. Now it's time for the living room, y'all. And you know how we do. We take our topic for the night and discuss it. I spent so long the spike of that tea. We got to jump right in here to this. And so tonight's topic is your mind right? Mr. Mind Right. Is your mind right for a recession? And are you physically and mentally prepared? I told Mike, I said, I'm going to do a play on words and use your name in the title, because we really want to know if people have their heads right, if they're really focused and they're serious about what they're seeing. Do they understand that we are not just sliding into recession, we're basically in a recession. And it's going to go further if, just some other things that are already happening continue to happen. Some people may not understand, just in general. I'll just say this and then I'll go ahead and open the floor for discussion and start talking about some of the things that we see. High inflation rates, that is something, I'm just reading this by definition, can indicate an impending recession as businesses react to higher costs by reducing production and increasing prices. And I'm going to say this, even though, I don't believe in this group. And if the Federal Reserve takes action in the form of more rate hikes to curb rising inflation, there's a risk that that move could help to trigger recession. And they have been doing hikes. That phony private organization has been doing hikes, which has been not good at all. But it is some things that have been intentional. I think I've been telling y'all that for a while. Some things have been intentional, and we are walking into those doors. So let me just say this also before we start talking. Just this week, this article has come out this week about U.S. tech layoffs that they increase as the world faces a severe recession, because they are anticipating that this recession will be one of the worst that this country has ever seen. So that is something that we have to be cognizant of when you're looking at this, and that we have to be preparing for whatever could happen. So let me just tell you some of the companies real quickly here that just recently, as in this week and probably last, that have laid off employees. Lyft Incorporated mentioned on Thursday that they would let go of 13% of their workforce, about 683 employees, in an attempt to control the cost and cope with the weakening economy. Another one is Stripe. Stripe is one of Silicon Valley payment giants, has let go 14% of their total staff. Another one is Open Door. Open Door is a property selling platform that is currently laying off about 550 employees. I'm just saying this. I don't know why they're laying nobody off, because if you Open Door, you go open the door yourself. You do all the work yourself. They don't do nothing. But anyway, let me go. Let me keep going on over here. Chime. It is one of the largest fintech firms and has recently announced that it has laid off around 12% of their employees, compromising 1,300 workers. So as far as a company has let go 630 employees right now. So, and then another is Amazon. Amazon has put on a hiring freeze right now. So we have, and then also I heard the next day after the election, they said that they waited until after the election to announce this, but Facebook, I think they've laid off some people, so there's been a lot going on, and this boom, 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 it's happening now. We are in it. It's not something that is anticipated. We are actually in the game right now, that the layoffs are happening, that the recession is all up around us. And so what I wanted to talk about is some of the things that we see and some of the solutions. And Margo?
Huh?
Before I leave you tonight, I'm gonna get you that link to the company.
Okay.
Yeah, because I heard it again yesterday, because I just didn't know what I had done with it, and I was listening to the guy's show. And what it's gonna do is you're gonna go to the link, and you're going to answer 5 questions because they're trying to see who it is that you need to speak to. And then they'll, from there you can contact them. This is about 401ks, because folks out there, if you have a 401k or an IRA or something like that, and you haven't made any provisions, you've got to do it like yesterday, because the chances of a tanking of the market is just like it's flirting with us every day, because it's being artificially propped up anyway. So we're at a point now where it is detrimental to everyone to take that into consideration. But Margo, you were saying, I'm sorry I cut you off.
Oh no, I just was saying, yeah, I'll most definitely need and like to get that information just to start doing and most definitely start really following it a whole lot better.
Right.
Financial planning, a whole better way. But even with that, I know when you're saying a recession, I was just reading something earlier. It said since 1854, there's been 33 recessions and only one depression. So a recession is a slower decline, but a depression is a recession on steroids. So, within a 6 months decline versus, something staying, just like, don't let it fall into a depression right now. But definitely, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's we've been seeing it, and unfortunately, sometimes people see it, but they don't see it. We've been seeing it for a while. That food not in the stores. We go and we're looking for, like me, I'm looking for some Duke's mayonnaise yesterday. I couldn't get what I wanted. Either had to get a real small or a real big one. So I decided to get a big one. You very seldom get just what you want. You just got to get what's on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's just a quick example. And then we
Might
know
be
that.
a plan. Yeah, they might.
Yeah.
They might, because
But a lot of these food plants are burning up too. We know
no, they're not burning up. They're being burned up.
I actually said it's not a mistake, yeah. And so we know all that's going on. We know what's happening with the gas. And I think that I said this to Margo a couple of days ago. Zach, he's sponsored for the show and he comes on with us sometime, and he drives trucks and all too, and there's a driving school and everything too. And he has already told me that it's been tougher and tougher. It's been telling me for a while, it's been tougher and tougher to find diesel fuel. And I know this Tuesday, Fox News, Tucker Carlson reported that we had 25 days left of diesel fuel. And so that automatically puts us in a bad place if we run out, because you can't transport goods.
Look at him. The motherfuckers got gas. They got diesel fuel. But like you just said, if you say you ain't got no money, think about it. We got one in America, hell, in Texas alone, we got enough fuel to fuel the whole damn United States.
But
now you got Alaska, right? And Alaska big as shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you take away the fuel for the trucks that's just getting, like you said, the goods from point A to point B, you are trying to cause a famine.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say, because that same group that we've been talking about all night is the same group that was trying to drive us into the ground. They had a plan to drive out the whole world and make the world dependent upon them. And then they would bring in their digital dollar, and then they would do their New World Order and do their Great Reset and everything. We were supposed to follow this whole plan. Thank God we have the Alliance and the White Hats, and we didn't have to do that. And so
now watch this. Watch this. If you're trying to eradicate a people and you consider them the minority, and the minority don't have the financial means to stay afloat, then by raising the prices, gentrifying the land, and controlling the gas, some people ain't gonna be able to survive. And so you don't necessarily have to kill them, because they're gonna die off of natural causes or starvation or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, because you know what, Michael, some people are doing, they're pretending like they don't see it.
Now look, I've had hell trying to figure out what the hell critical thinking is. I understand the definition, but I think I just did some critical damn thinking right there. Because it's critical, and I thought about it.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is that you can do something if you recognize that there's an issue. And there's some people who purposely won't recognize that there's an issue.
That's why I made that video that I shared with you about being prepared. Are you prepared for disaster? Now, it was motivated by something else, but then, you know, me being me, I switched it a little bit. Are you prepared? And that's why we sit. I ain't gonna beat you to the punch. I'll let you introduce those topics of the various ways that you can be prepared or how destruction comes. But you know, are you prepared? When this stuff is being presented to you, do you dismiss it, or do you at least keep it in the back of your mind and be like, you know what, I might need to give this some thought. You know what I mean?
I'll ask this question. Let's just start back with the food. We're talking about the food just now. How many people out there have been listening and going and getting food and stacking things like that in your home?
I got 40 pounds of rice in a whole bunch of beans in this motherfucker.
Yes.
In a shitload of
rice and beans.
I got beans. I might have to go get some more rice and a few more canned goods, and I'm planning on doing all that. Yeah. But I definitely, I was telling Tanya that I got some powdered milk and some other stuff in there that you wouldn't think.
I thought about you yesterday because I saw some in Walmart and I started to pick it up. So I saw some powdered milk, and then I saw the almond what's the almond milk?
Chicken, some tuna,
but you know you have the milk that goes on the shelf that you don't have to refrigerate.
Yeah,
I saw that too yesterday.
Evaporated milk too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I keep a lot of stuff myself. Too much stuff.
Pasta noodles, some stuff that y'all would think. I'm like, when it come down to it, I was telling you, when you got 2 potatoes, some hot dogs, and some beans, you got to figure something out.
Yeah.
You have to figure something out.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't keep, and I will admit it, I threw away this week was ramen. I don't keep ramen because you got to keep in mind that they put the like they knew the name of it. They put the product on the ramen to preserve it, and it's a cancer-causing agent. So
I'm gonna be a cancer-having motherfucker if it involved me living a few days longer now.
Yeah.
No, I got rid of that. I
can't hear
I'll eat some rice. I said I got rid of mine. I just eat some rice.
I think your mic is something's going on with your mic.
My mic?
No, Bridges. But yeah, no, all that kind of stuff, you know. I don't know. Like I was saying, with being a part of that minority and having to have struggled, you kind of got those in you.
You're already prepared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a certain group of people. They don't know what the hell do. They gonna lose their damn mind. Now the people with money gonna try to go to outer space and shit. Okay, but the other people that's here, you know, remember what was it? Was it last year? I think it was last year before last. Remember when it got real cold across the country, and power and stuff was going out, people didn't know how to stay warm. That's just basic essential needs. You know, when you come from the hood, you know your license power and went out plenty of times. You know what you have to do to stay warm. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this, and I need for y'all to humor me.
I'm gonna have to get a whole new stove, but a whole new oven. My oven is tripping. So, but my stove top works, so I know how to boil some water. Like,
I need for y'all to humor me on this. I was watching those doggone monkeys. It was another group of monkeys, though, and it was cold, and how they were all huddled together. I said, we need to take our cues from the monkeys. They knew what was going on. They were in a bunch. It was one of those real red-faced looking monkeys, and they were all in this.
Y'all have heard me say this over and over again. If you want to know about the humans, study the animal kingdom.
Yes, that's why I'm so obsessed with those doggone what they call them, macaque monkeys. I am obsessed with them. Macaques. I am so upset because they do so much stuff. It's funny, and I was going to hit you, Veronica. Okay, there's one channel out there that puts together compilations that they like. Here's a compilation on, Melody. Melody, she's a kidnapper of monkeys. And she crazy because she get the monkey, she dangle it by the face. She keep going on like this. Then they got Bonita. Bonita, she a kidnapper also.
She know wrong by name, y'all. That's just
I'm telling you, she like
it's
Felicia
sad.
from Friday.
She know every one of that damn monkeys by name.
I sure do. And then there's Dee Dee. I'm gonna hit you so you can see this, Veronica. Dee Dee crazy as hell. She has terrorized every one of her kids. When they start all that crazy, when they weaning, she can't wean them. They be going on those little spastic temper tantrums. She'll look at them. She will grab their hand, their foot, or their tail, and she'll take off running. That is so funny. And the baby is. And so the baby be like, oh, mama, please don't do that no more. The baby be hiding from him, but she's done it with all of her babies. She take off running, and she be dragging them over rocks, dragging them over everything. And it's the funniest thing.
We're gonna send you to some kind of reform, some kind of so you can detox from monkeys.
I have learned a lot. I mean, a lot. But look at Michael's right. Watching
Mike, help me out. Help me out, Mike. Please help me out. Somebody help me out with her.
You know what's so funny about it is that sometimes I get tired of just watching the same things on TV. That's how I started watching different things on YouTube. You want a variety of things, and that's how I started watching that. And it just became interesting, and I start looking at other things too. That's not the only thing I look at. But I get tired of just the lineup, and then also these lineups are a little different than they used to be. Because, like, for instance, my shows, Grey's Anatomy and all that, well, they do come back on last month, and they only run about 5 episodes, and now they're going off all the way to February. That's happening with a lot of shows. They're doing a lot of strange things, so it makes you get involved in other stuff. Margo, Reasonable Doubt, is now on ABC. They debuted it last night. So
they showing you what they want you to see.
Yes, they ain't showing you the real.
Oh.
I'm telling you, turn that damn TV off. Get what? They can't control nothing if it ain't no market in it.
Yeah, that's true. And the other thing is, I'm a person where I understand what TV is. I know what the marketing and all that is. I know Project Mockingbird. I've talked to you about Project Mockingbird. And there's also frequencies that go over TV. That's why I kind of mix it up and look at things on my computer, computer and on my phone.
Why do you think commercials are louder than the actual show?
Yeah. Because TV was created for commercials. It was not created for shows. It was created strictly for advertisements. And so with that, I don't want to always deal with the frequencies that are coming across to me also. So I switch. And that's what makes me look at other stuff other than the TV, you know. But anyway, we're traveling forward on this whole thing. You know, I do have concerns about what will happen about the gas. Let's just say hypothetically the gas. So what I've been doing is this. I've been looking at different webinars, different things about other business ventures to launch in case you can't move around. You know, things that if you're home and there is shipping going on, but you have to be in the house, whether you're drop shipping, affiliate marketing, or whatever. And then I've been looking at digital marketers and looking at different stuff because we have to open our mind to other possibilities just in case we aren't unable to move around in the same way. I don't remember what country it was I was hearing about this morning. Somehow I believe it was Middle Eastern, but I don't remember. And they're already having a limitation on their gas. It's like 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, you know, and we got these things that may happen that we have to adjust to and just being prepared for that. So that's where my mind goes to also.
Well, that one man figured out how to make water move his truck. They killed him.
Yeah.
So If that don't tell you nothing,
You say
you
the
know,
one that what now?
Yep.
the man made a hydro fueled car with water. They took his ass out of here. He left here.
Right.
Uh, now
Because he would take it through them.
Oh,
the sad part is, just like when you watch, X-Men and all that shit. You know what it was called, Marvel, the Avengers.
yeah.
When they talking about the little thing that power Iron Man, heart, and the Tesseract. Everybody trying to find that one big source of energy that could help the world. Everybody talking about heal the world, heal. What these motherfuckers ain't trying to heal no damn world, trying to control it. You know what I'm saying? It used to be back in the day, you created something, it was meant for all mankind. Somebody create some shit, you want to kill a motherfucker.
Right.
You
If
got
they
something
can't
that's going to
control
help
it.
mankind. You talking about the ecosystem, the ozone layer. Make cars like the people
No.
in Brazil start using corn to fuel vehicles.
Right.
Mike, they don't want somebody to create something that can massively heal because it messes up their plans for insurance and medical, big pharma. That messes up all their plans, but we're going to be moving away from that. We're in the midst of a transition right now because a lot of folks that I have been talking about in the group that I've been talking about, they're slowly being taken out of power, and the power is going to be given back to us as the people. But in this transition, we may have to deal with downtimes. We may have to deal with the attempt to destruction, and that's the kind of thing that's on my mind. Is this a transition that we're in right this moment? So we may have some rough time, which is anticipated right now to about the spring of next year. We may
Yeah,
have
it's
some
about
rough
to get
time.
it's about to get ugly for the next year and a half at least. It's
So
about to
it's
get
gonna be a little moment. So I know we have to have other things. I became excited over another venture that I've decided to do today. Uh, I actually talk to you more about it offline, but it became exciting to me because I kept saying, what is it that I want to do that's in the digital marketing? Well, I finally came up with it, so okay, I was looking at something that Zach
well.
sent over to me, and I was trying to see what it is. Okay. I can't
So
look
you
at it
got
now, but I'll look at
you
it
got a
later.
platform,
Hmm.
to where you're giving a warning. Hey, people, it's about to get ugly. If you ain't already seen it, look at it now because inflation's gone up 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can you imagine these people with these jobs just working, and then they got to renegotiate their salaries and things like that because some of these companies that's paying them ain't put into their budget the inflation rate.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So depending on where you stay, inflation skyrockets. What a job that you had when you first started that job at the current inflation rate at that time or wherever it was set at, now it's up 10%. You know what I'm saying? That's 10% over budget or over your finances that you got. Now
Hmm.
you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. It's a lot of people that ain't used to doing that, and they don't know how to run the game. They don't know how to run that. So, you're gonna have a lot of people fuck around and be in some financial trouble.
Right.
And then we're about to hit a really, really difficult real estate slump. When I was talking to you, Margo, the other night, I don't know how it left my mind when I was talking about places to put money, and I said real estate because I didn't think about Evergrande. Evergrande is the major Chinese company that real estate, and they hit the complete ground slump. And so that's going to trigger around the world. So everything is going to be here. We're going to hit a big slump here with real estate as well. So I'm really hoping that when people look at places to put their money and even looking at the value of your homes and all, we're gonna see some rough stuff for just a minute on that as well. So I'm not another thing not looking forward to, but we're going to see these things with the loss of jobs, like I mentioned earlier, those companies that are laying off people. We'll see, right now we don't know about what's happening with the fuel and all, so we need to come up and create other ways of things that we can do just in case that does happen to us. We see the food situation declining. We have to make sure that we have stuff in our homes. If you don't have a generator in your home, you may want to consider getting yourself a generator in case something happens with any type of utilities. We all have our cell phones, and a lot of us have like I have Hulu, so we have a lot of streaming services in case something happens with anything, so we can entertain ourselves in the midst of all this. So it's just a barrage of things. Michael, what are you eating? Is that sunflower seeds? Because you are killing it over there.
Sunflower seeds, yeah.
Sunflower seeds.
Hey, yeah, look, these cracked pepper sunflower seeds.
Oh.
These are good. They good them up.
I thought they was going to be ranch or nacho or bacon flavor or something.
Just regular salt and pepper.
Okay.
You are having a good time.
It's country. No.
So
it's gonna get ugly, man. And
yeah,
when you start talking about, when disaster strikes and people start thinking way up here, disaster, it's a hurricane. No, it could be a personal disaster, mental disaster, physical disaster, spiritual disaster, intellectually, emotionally, sexually, financially. And right now, the way we talking about is financial, which financial is going to stir up emotion. Emotion is going to mess with your mental. You know what I'm saying? Mental is going to mess with your physical. So, everything is intertwined. So are you
and
ready
on top
for
of that, we've been trying to talk to people a while about this part coming, but I've also tried to talk to them about the changes that are coming. Your favorite politicians and celebrities and all this, the change of power, you're going to see a loss and all that because, like I said, the updated list came out this week, and I'm like, damn, the updated list of the people who have been arrested and are awaiting tribunal, their own house arrest, the people who have been arrested and executed, and the people who have been arrested and serving life. It's a barrage of people. And I'm to a point now, I don't even care who don't believe me now. Because if it hits you, if it has to hit you so hard in the future that these people have done all these crimes against humanity, and you have to clutch your heart and your pearls then, because I'm trying to tell you now, we're trying to get you ready because you're already in a recession. We don't want people to look around and be so depressed because they see all that too. But folks, they don't like to listen. I was looking at, gosh, this is a little bit off the subject, just a little bit off the subject, but it was also relevant. I'm sitting watching something last night, I'm on my phone doing something, and I look up and I see an advertisement for the movie Bones and All. Have y'all seen that trailer for Bones and All?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That
about the girl eating people's fingers and shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's real stuff. And I'm saying, here they go, incorporating more real stuff that's coming into these movies. I mean, we got beings walking amongst us every day that look like us, but they are not human beings. We have people and beings that are walking amongst us who are cloned. We have all these things going on.
Or they could be telling you, time's finna get so hard that y'all finna start eating each other.
No. That would be that would be the dark side. Yeah, you're right. The dark side would try that, but not the light side. But I think a lot of times, as we say, they try to inform us of these things that are real in these movies. Remember, they have to always tell us the truth.
Yeah.
Whether we accept it or not, they always got to tell us the truth.
The recession finna get so bad, y'all finna turn into cannibals. That's what's gonna happen.
Now, remember when they tried that before with the synthetic in the drugs? And people were doing that a lot. They were putting that out there a lot. Remember it was in the last,
bath salt.
Yeah, it was that, and Veronica must have something on that because she pointing on that one.
Oh yeah, I remember when the people was tripping and turning into zombies and stuff.
Yeah, and they were eating people's faces and stuff.
Trying to.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Oh no, y'all. I'm sorry, but I might have to. I can't.
It's a lot, but these things they put it out there because really it is very very real, very relevant. We hope we don't have to deal with it, but it's very real and very relevant. You know, I'm hoping that we'll have more clarity within the next week or two about exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
But we got some things coming down the wire right now that I know for sure that's going to shake some people up, and it's about time for the shake up. It's about time for it. Anybody have any other things that we want to focus on? Because I'm past my 2 hour mark. I spent a long time over on that tea. We had a lot of things that we talked about with the Kyrie Irving, and then we went into the whole thing with Megan Thee Stallion. It was a good conversation, y'all.
Let me ask
good
y'all this
conversation.
then. If you look at mental, physical, spiritual, intellectual, emotionally, sexual, financial, and any other type of disaster or catastrophe you can think of, you know, warning comes before destruction. So, you know, and I raise this question. If you take heed to the warning, then, you know, you're taking the necessary steps to prepare yourself, hopefully. But what happens when destruction comes without warning? Have you prepared yourself, you know, already, or are you going to have to react to, you know what I'm saying, to get on, you know, to make sure that you're straight, to make sure your loved ones are straight? So what warnings have you already seen, and what have you done to prepare? That's the question I want to kind of pose to everybody.
Yeah.
I think for me, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like the crime rate in Dallas and the DFW area is gotten out of hand. Like, you can't go anywhere without hearing gunshots, seeing on the news about people getting killed in random places, in hospitals. Like, there was a shooting in a hospital just a few days ago. 2 nurses were killed. A medical examiner was killed inside of her place of work. Her husband killed her and killed himself. So it's like, it's a lot of stuff going on where it's like, it's not even safe to be out in public. And so that's a red flag for me, because it's like, you literally can't drive your car or go anywhere without the fear that something could possibly pop off. Even kids going to school. It's just so much going on that like for me, I'm cool with just being at home. You know, I'm a homebody anyway. I feel like right now it feels a lot like we're going back into a pandemic, in such a way that you do have to start preparing. Like, if you don't start seeing the signs in front of you, the violence that's increasing, just the rage that people are in, like, it's time to sit down somewhere. So that's really what I've been preparing for. You know, I mean, my kids, I have 7 kids, so I can't go lacking on any day. Because if I go lacking, they're gonna be lacking. So I try to make sure they know there's plenty of food in the house. If I have to lock doors to make sure they can't get into the pantry and eat up all the food in one day, I do that. Like, the pandemic taught me and my mom how to live below our means, stack up groceries. We had 3 freezers, deep freezers at one point, just to make sure we had enough food, so that in case the shelves, were out, just like it's coming around again. There's less food on the shelves now, so we'll have enough food in our deep freezers to sustain us for a few months. So that's where we are at this point, is stacking up on toilet paper and dishwashing liquid and cleaning supplies and food, and whatever we can stock up on, we're stocking up on it, and then locking it down to make sure the kids don't get into it and destroy it all, before the month is out. But and just try to do that repeatedly every month. So, yeah, we'll get broke, we'll be broke, at the end of the month, but we'll have a lot of stuff stacked up so that when the shit really do hit the fan, we'll be really prepared. We won't have to worry about anything. So that would truly be my suggestion. My personal suggestion is to act like we're back in the pandemic times. Like, you really have to start thinking that way. Stack up and sit down.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm
think we
doing.
need to take it back a little bit further, even to a time when
Yeah.
we used to grow and make our own food, to make
Yeah.
breads and grow our foods and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
If
bread
They
maker and
start, they
all.
start, they
you
started,
can,
they start shutting people shit down. You
if
know it's bad when they start telling the Amish they can't grow food.
Mm.
oh wow, they
See,
have.
because that was a part of the plan. Remember, there's a globalist plan to shut down the entire earth. And the globalist leaders, certain countries that were not under the BRICS alliance, we know the BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And they were the ones that are trying to set up the good for us. Then we got the bad of unfortunately, we belong to the United States with Canada, with France, with the UK and Germany, and all. We were on the bad side, who wanted to control the planet. Our leaders, not us as a people, but our leaders. But what they did not bank on is that so many countries have left the dark side and they signed on with BRICS, because when their homeboys over in Saudi Arabia did, I know their mouths dropped to the floor when Saudi Arabia pieced us out and said, I'm going over yonder and I'm going to be with the BRICS. So is this little group is almost over. It really, in a way, is, but let's just say almost over, because you still see them prevalent. In a few moments, you're not going to see them at all. But that's when we got to go through a little something, because on their way out the door, you know how people, when they get mad and they're on their way out the door, they might do something. That's how I anticipate them being. And we got to live that way. We got to live prepared for anything that they might do, whether they mess up the power grids, whether they put more stuff in the air with chemtrails. We got to be just prepared for any craziness that might go on, because they always said if they cannot control this planet, they burn it up before they allow it.
That's
And
when they're gonna go out the door and they're gonna be like, "Doot," and they're
they're
gonna
gonna try.
fire one of them goddamn nuclear missiles out of there.
But they're not gonna get a chance. They can't do that. They gotta get a chance to do that, because, like, for instance, I'm gonna use this country as a perfect example. Some people are gonna get mad when I say
No!
this. Some people are gonna get mad when I say this, but that person who is pretending to be the president, he has never been given the football. He has never been given the football. And you know what the football is?
Mm-hmm.
They never gave it to him. He has never lived a day in the White House, because that's where the tribunals are. He has never ridden on Air Force One. He got that little raggedy plane where the emblem fell off the side. Remember when the emblem fell off the side of the plane? He has never ridden in the Beast. All of those things, and dealing with the Pentagon, he's never dealt with it, because all of that is reserved for the person who was sworn in as the commander-in-chief March 2021, and that's Donald John Trump. So all this other stuff that people think they see, you don't see it. You see Tyler Perry Studios, where they have this person who is pretending to be the president. I was let that have some hang time. And another LA studio. Where's the other one called again? I can't remember the other one. Studios where they do these press conferences and things, and it ain't real. People roll their eyes all around their head when they hear me say this. But my gosh, that is the stuff that's going to blow people's minds when that comes out, because they have been taught for so long to believe the stuff that they see on the news. They're going to freak out and lose their minds when they find that out. And that's what's coming. That's what's coming pretty soon. Pretty soon. But I'm like this, y'all. Just prepare, pay attention. We've been talking about what was going to happen in recession for a while, but now all the financial analysts are really talking about it, and it's here. And folks, if you need any information or anything like that, you want to discuss anything, just let us know too. We'd be happy to help and give some suggestions or tell what we know.
Look here, man.
I was gonna say I'll even go further back. Even with going back in family history, we got to visit one of our distant relatives' space, and where they had their godly. Anyway, I'd go back to like canning and all that stuff. Of course, stocking up and all that stuff, but canning and
Yeah.
of course your own vegetables and all that kind of stuff. Just prepping. and making sure that you're having those talks and those discussions with your family members as well as your kids, being aware of your surroundings, how you move and what you do and stuff like that, so that you're always paying attention.
Man, y'all need an emergency action plan.
Getting just
You need an emergency action plan is what you need.
Do you have a bug out bag? Y'all have
I damn
a bug
sure
out
do.
bag?
I'm prepared.
Me
Hey, Uncle Sam taught me something. If they ain't teach me nothing else, they taught me how to survive.
Yeah, tell everybody what's in the bug out bag.
Plus, I would say
what are you saying?
Any YouTube things where you can start teaching yourself additional sources of heat, or those forgot what they call them straws, certain straws that help you filter through additional sources of water that might be stagnant or this, that, and the other, that kills. Like it's a bunch of stuff I watched while sitting here and going through the pandemic, as well as that freeze that we had here in Texas.
Look here, get your ass outside, go get some wood. You know what I'm saying? Stock up on some wood. You got a motherfucking axe, you got a chainsaw, go cut you down some trees. If you got your own land, your own little property, go stack up on some wood. Matter of fact, get your damn barbecue pit, get you a grill, get you some charcoal, load up on charcoal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's in your bug out bag, Michael?
I'm not telling you what's in my bug out bag.
Got some ways to make some candles.
Oh, no, I'm trying to get you to help other people to have a bug out bag, because everybody should have one.
Okay, let me give you the common things in the bug out bag. So you want your flashlight, you want your batteries. Okay, Margo said something too. You want to go get you some candles. Okay, because whether your candles burn out, you still got the wax that you could use. The wax can help start a fire. You know what I mean? Things like that. There's some other tricks that I ain't gonna say because they're not economy friendly. But when you're trying to stay warm, that's how you can stay warm. We can talk about that offline. You know what I'm saying? They tell you to get your radio. Maybe if you got some walkie-talkies, your radio or something like that, that way you can stay attuned. Because remember, with all this technology that we have, people depending on fiber optics and cables and all of that, it's going to go back to old school. When you go analog, you're going analog. You're going to go back to old school radio frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have you some batteries and backup, and all that good stuff. Make you so you have. Do what?
Are they saying they're gonna shut down the electricity also?
Oh, you just have to be prepared.
What they're
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know what they'll do.
And then if you can afford it, if your pockets is right, they got these things with military using. They call them jerry cans. Most people get the gas can, but the jerry cans are those big old square things you see on the back of Humvees and on back of Jeeps and stuff. Get you some of them, load them up. You know what I'm saying? Some people, got propane tanks and stuff like that because they got them gas grills and stuff like that. If you can afford it, go get you some. Old school beans and rice. You can't go wrong with beans and rice and potatoes. Potatoes, beans, and rice. You know what I'm saying? That you can stock up on that because they sell them things in big portions. So you go and get you some of them. You know what I mean? Water. Get you some water. Get you some water, because if things going crazy and they finna try to take us out, they probably gonna hit the food and the water supply. So get you some water. You know what I'm saying? It's just little things like that. Blankets. Get you some blankets and stuff like that. And when you start talking about your house or your home, try to get you some proper sealing or some things like that. Some plastic, trash bags, some of them long plastic things where you can start sealing up your windows and stuff like that. Because if they spray something in the air, you want to turn off your your heating and ventilation system, and you want to seal your house up. You know what I mean? So that you can, have enough oxygen and stuff in there, all that good stuff. You don't want to be breathing in bad air, bad chemicals and stuff like that.
And you got to have your protection, because something go on and your people see that you got food. And you got
that's why I didn't want to tell you what was in my bug out bag. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, you can do it, because really it's a real thing. I got bullets and all that, all my extra bullets and stuff. I keep all that. Yeah, but my God, shit, I ain't playing.
And, a lot of people laugh at them people that do extreme couponing. You better start couponing and get your ass to the store.
It makes sense, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So and then I would say this here. I don't know what people's pocketbook is like, but depending on your savings account, you might want to go get you a few G's out the bank. You know what I'm saying? Out your institution and put it in your house. You know, hide it. Don't let nobody know what you're doing. But you know, cash. You know, cash at hand is going to be better than cash in the bank if the electricity gone.
Yeah, because not just that. If they do mess with the card system and you only using a card, you're going to be screwed. So you definitely need to have cash on hand. Make sure you have cash on hand, because you don't want to go to a store and the store is saying we can't process anything. Yeah. So make sure you keep some cash. So it's just a number of things, and we'll continue to talk about it offline. You know, in the check, because I'm telling you, Margo, I'm gonna find it before I get off here tonight and get you that website. It's a really easy website, because again, people who have IRAs and 401ks, you got to move now with it. I mean, now. I still am the supporter of going to precious metals, but there are some other options too. And then once you talk to that financial planner, they'll have even more options. But I'm
gonna tell you now, with that inflation rate and the way things going, a lot of your 401ks and already took a hit.
They've already taken 20% hit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like this. I'm telling people, I can't encourage anybody to go to crypto. I will not encourage anybody to do that, or real estate, because there's some major hits. The crypto already took a hit this week, but it's going to take a major hit again. And you know, I just have to say, look into precious metals, and there's a few other things here and there that you should look into, but make sure you make that move if you have those particular things, IRAs and 401ks. And like we said before, get yourself some cash on hand. Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to get on out of this, because I know this is something I could talk about forever, because we talk about it and think about it every day. You know, some of my folks around the way, we're always preparing. So I could go on too long. So
this where Stan where it's cold at. You know, because if you know wintertime coming, so when it go to snowing, I got me some water, y'all. I got me some water if it starts snowing. It did, you know what I'm saying? And if the power go out, I could just set everything outside, let the snow freeze it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use what you got to get what you want. You know what I mean?
This show, Bravo has a show called Real Girlfriends of Paris, and the one little young girl, she didn't have no refrigerator freezer, so she put all her stuff at the window. I was like, okay, because it was cool, you know, and it would keep her stuff, you know, cool. There's different ways.
That's what we have to do to save our food. When that heat hit, I told my son, we got Ziploc bags, and we got these you know, the food trays, the little aluminum foil food trays. Go get that snow and bring it in, and we putting it in the fridge and switching it out.
Hey, look here.
Well, what about going to put it in your car? You go put your frozen food in your car.
Well, but
how about that?
We just bring the.
You got a garage with concrete in it?
Yeah.
You know, concrete take in the cold. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know, because I got stained concrete floors.
Hey,
but it's perfect in the summertime, because it feels quite nice. But when
okay,
you know what I'm saying? You got all that, man. You got it's a lot of little tricks to the trade, man. You know, you got the snow. I know I got wildlife out here, so I'm gonna get something. You know what I mean?
I hate to say this. I gotta say this, and I hate to say it, but you know, I can walk right. I can walk right to my front door and see them cows right across the street, and I can hear them, and I'm like, it's right there. It's like a big burger moving.
Going to jail for a cow.
It's a moving burger, a moving steak.
Don't eat good though. Before she goes to jail.
Going to jail, kill somebody else.
She gonna eat good though before she goes.
I don't. You ain't. She'll be eating good.
Look, how they gonna know that one of them is missing? I mean, how they gonna know one of them missing?
Because they marked. They marked. Trust me, they already marked.
Oh, but you know something. I hope that we won't see these rough times, but I'm really glad that we can talk about it, and I hope that we have other people out there who, you know, will listen at some point and, you know, maybe be helpful to them as well. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this segment so we can get on out of here. So again, folks, prepare yourself. We don't know the timing, but as old folks used to say, don't get caught with your pants down.
We know not the day, we know not the hour, but we do know that we are prepared.
That's right. Right. But thanks for tuning to the living room. We're gonna take a little break. We'll come back at the end of the show in just a few moments. Y'all hold on, hang on tight. Okay, I have noticed that on my system, it has not changed at all. Can y'all hear me live?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, my system has not changed at all, so it may run it's just now starting the commercial over here, so I'm gonna just pay attention with y'all because this is doing.
I just want to say this here.
What's
We were
that?
telling everybody to get candles and wood and charcoal. Better get you some damn matches or something to light it with. That might help. Like
that might help.
That might not work.
That might help.
It just might need it. Yes.
I got the charcoal, I got the wood. I ain't got nothing to light. You're gonna be praying for it like this song.
But you know what else?
This may not work.
They also have solar panel. Well, not so much solar panels, but solar inspired technology now that you can use that will help keep our electronics going. I'm a big electronics person, so.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you got a lot of young people.
I have a flashlight that's manual, like to recharge it. You just squeeze it. I have like 2 of those.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I want to go to Tanya.
What's that?
You remember what this y'all down there with Tanya said, y'all. Tanya got some new chicken down there called AIL. She better grab one of them damn apples and chop his ass up, put him in the freezer.
You said the owl?
The owl. Big them owls, you said.
You know, I love doing that.
I'm like, Mike, I got deals. I deal with deals.
Make sure y'all get y'all some first aid kits.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
in my book out bag too.
First aid kits, you know, and all of that good stuff. You know,
I got a mask.
I think it got to be 50 or 60% alcohol in order to use it to sterilize things. So make sure you get you some. If you know, I know a lot of when the pandemic hit, all the rubbing alcohol was gone. So
70 or higher.
take your ass to the liquor store.
That's some of that.
You know what I'm saying? Take your ass to the liquor store. I'm for real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Tito's was passing out. Yeah.
And I have a painter's mask, a couple of those for breathing. That's in my bug out bag too.
Yeah, and then if you just didn't know, charcoal does serve as a filter.
Yeah.
Charcoal serves as a filter, so you can run your stuff through there. I don't know if they sell it on the open market, but I know in the military, when we was in the field, they would give us like these little chlorotabs to kind of throw in our water. Then we would boil that water for a couple of minutes or whatever the case may be. Put that chlorotab in there, and it help purify your water a little bit too. So if they some
that survival straw I'm saying
Yeah.
it's like $15-$16, I think, at Walmart. Definitely consider getting a couple of those.
So,
Okay, y'all. You know what? I'm freezing so much over here. I see that I need to get out of here kind of quickly. So I'm gonna just ask you all very quickly what you have coming up this week, because we know my system will freeze and lock me out. Remember when I couldn't end the show that night?
Mm-hmm.
so,
Yeah,
so we go ahead and Margo, what you got coming this week?
life. That's about it.
Right,
I
A lot
know
of
Mama,
that's
yeah.
routine,
right.
a lot of organizing, like a lot of getting stuff straightened up and back in order. Um, with my boys like that. Just been going through different rooms in my house and simplifying things. But besides that, yeah, just getting back into me.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks for being here and sharing. Uh, Tandy, what do you have going on this week? Well, I think look at my other person over here. Well, I plan on doing a lot of stuff, but then we're gonna come back to her. Bridget, what she got coming up this week?
Sounds like the same thing Margo has going on. A lot of organization tasks. I've been focused on a lot of different projects around the house, trying to get my kids feeling more comfortable in their rooms and their space. So I'm wrapping those projects up and moving on to some more. Trying to get the house prepared for Thanksgiving and winter. It's freezing cold outside right now, so trying to just keeping everybody safe, sane, and comfortable.
I know that's right. Thanks for being here, Bridget.
I
Did you
enjoyed my.
like your addition? I tried to work with you on a poster.
I did.
Okay. I was really trying to work because, it is so hard with all of y'all on there, because one person has an arm cut off, one person has a head cut off, one person has this cut off and that cut off. And so I had to try to match all in there. It's like, how can I make this all fit? And so I had to work it out. And I changed
I
Rick's
loved it.
picture. Okay,
I
good.
loved it.
I
Thank
stole
you.
another picture from Rick. I know he like, she just be stealing my pictures off my page. I do. I go steal the pictures off his page. All right, Rock, what you got coming up this week?
Oh, not a whole lot. Get ready to make my list out for to start. I'm gonna see, can I get somebody to come and decorate my house for Christmas. I'm gonna put my Christmas stuff up. I can't wait.
Yeah, she ready. I ain't
I'm
mad
ready,
at you.
I'm ready to put my Christmas stuff. I'm ready to put that tree up. I
Okay.
don't have no tree here, but I'm just ready. I mean, I just want to get in the spirit.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get in the spirit, and I want to help my cousins get in the spirit because I know they just lost their mother a month ago. So I want to, do something for them too. So
We'll take pictures.
I am.
All right, cool. Thanks for being here. Mike, what you got coming up?
she working school. Working in school. It's been a minute since I've been in the lab, so I eventually want to get back to what makes me me. Uh, you know, as I gain new education and new experiences, I feel that my uh, art form should reflect my journey. So, because art imitates life.
There you go.
Ooh, let me plug, let me plug, let me plug. And
I
look at
know that's right.
yeah,
Well, thanks for being here.
yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing. Well, y'all, I am actually excited about I'm excited about a lot of different things. I'm cautiously excited about the world changes that are on the way. But the reason I'm cautiously, because we're on a thin line right now. It can go either way on some stuff. And so we're like, please let us stay on the good side. We don't have to go to the other extreme darkness. Can we just, even if we have a bump in the road, can we stay mostly over here? So we're looking at a lot of stuff. I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff afterwards when we go off the air. But I am something that I discovered that I want to do today puts me in line of a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I just got to do it now because I figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and so people think that it's just always me picking up a camera. No, it's not that at all. It's something totally different. It's more along the lines of writing. So I'm excited about this venture I want to do. So that's something that I can do regardless of what happens worldwide. So I can still get that going. So.
I will say this real quick, Tanya, before you go.
Sure.
Regardless of what happened and whenever it comes, as we are preparing ourselves, prepare yourself with the bare essentials and not none of all of that extra stuff. And the reason I say that, because we can use that time to, as they say, cleanse our bodies.
Right.
What is that? What's that? What do they call it when you giving up something for 30 days or whatever, like fasting?
Yeah.
You know, we can use that time to cleanse and fast and get our bodies right, because a lot of the stuff that we take in our bodies and into our minds, it taints things. So when you fast and when you cleanse and all of that good stuff, man, you actually start to build your spirituality and your energy and your aura and stuff like that. So you utilize that time to be awakened. You know what I mean? Whatever you believe in, whatever warning you take heed to, just remember that we're spiritual beings and we have energy, frequencies, and vibrations that need to be reset. Relax, reset, recharge is what I like to say. So utilize that time to do so, man, and
spend some time praying,
because you will need all of your time, energy, effort, and your mental and everything to get you and your family through whatever we're about to experience. So
exactly, we'll talk about for a few moments afterwards, and some things I don't like to put out over the air, but it is we're going some places. But I tell you, let's do my social media and then we get ready to get out of here. Did I hit it? I hate to hit it again. Because if I hit it again, it's gonna go double. Let me try it again.
Tandiland Productions is brought to you.
Oh, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also check us out on all of our other social media.
Also,
I'm having some
on all of our social media.
I'm having some wild spectral moments over here. The commercial is just now running. So I know I got to get out of this show because it's going to mess me up in just a few minutes because it's just that far behind. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me, please. So, you okay, baby? You over here just coughing again?
Happy Veterans Day to you too. To y'all.
Yes.
Hey.
Bridget, Mike and Bridget and all and thanks again for being here. We thank you all out there for being here too. I didn't do it today, but I'll do it soon. If you want to get into contact with us, hit us on our website, Tandiland. So you can hit us at info@Tandiland. That's TANDILAND.com. Or if you prefer Gmail, TandyGirlAIL@gmail.com. So you can hit us when you have any questions, comments, or you just want to test me out for some of the stuff that I say. care. Because I tell you what, I'll stand on it and I go toe to toe with it because I believe in it. I say thank you. All right, so we're moving on out of here. I thank y'all for being here. Holidays coming up. We'll talk about whether we're going to have a show next week and everything. I'll find out from y'all what y'all want to do. Because we're right up on Thanksgiving. And so, but I'm really glad that you all are here tonight. And I think it was a really important subject matter. And I thank you for your contributions, not only for the living room, but Who's Got Your Tea was good too. So I really appreciate all of your commentary and your views. Y'all out there, thank you all for watching. And I always say in parting, good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. But the best things come to those who never give up. I'm Tanya Dixon. This is the Living Room Team right here. And we'll see y'all next time on Art Imitates Live. See y'all now. Have a good one.